Hello folks, Grill18 here, and we're gonna play some Ghostmaster.
Wow, that's hard to do. Hey guys! So yesterday I recorded like 5 or 6 hours of me playing this game, Ghostmaster, which I found on Steam. They're having a huge sale right now. I bought it for 95 cents. Super awesome, super fun game. So I played all day, and I just recorded all of it, and I was just going to dump it online. And then I listened to the audio after, and holy crap, this game is loud. All the audio completely overshadowed all of my voiceovers, so I was relegated to like a dull drone in the background, maybe a little duller than usual. So I'm not going to replay everything, but I am going to play a couple levels right now, just to give everyone a proper overview of the game. I think it should cover the gameplay pretty well. Plus, the advantage now is that I know what the hell I'm doing, and it's a little bit of a puzzly type game. So you'll get, maybe you'll get the gist of it. The action will be a little faster. So I'm going to continue my previous game here. I've got the music turned off completely. The game sounds will still be in, but hopefully they won't be too loud. I've turned them down quite a bit. So this is the map of the city. Now, this is the map of the city in Act 4, I believe, which I've just started. And you've got the high scares board that you can go to and see all of the scenarios you've already beaten and revisit them if you'd like. For example, if you fail to unlock a character or something like that, you can do that. You can see I've got a couple of characters here that aren't unlocked. This one here, it's because of a story reason you can't actually unlock him in this mission. And this one here, I unlocked him the first time I played the mission, and then the game glitched out, and there was a pathfinding error, and the game was unbeatable at that point because people got stuck. So I restarted. I had to beat it again. It's a really long level. You can see it's the longest one so far, 43 minutes. And the second pass through, I was just sick of it, and so I didn't even bother unlocking this guy. But you'll see what I mean in a second. We're going to start with the first of the bigger missions here, Weird Seance, which is one of the very first fairly basic missions. And the voiceover should give you a run-through.
The smug and irritating youths of the Alpha Tau fraternity mock the supernatural and do not respect the dead. One desires that they be made to experience the full power of the spirit world. And now, an opportunity has arisen. As the young mortals gather for a party, 3 socially maladjusted individuals are attempting a seance in the basement. The members of the fraternity believe they are tuning up their generator, not calling upon the spirit world. They are opening the door. You must not disappoint them. Everyone must be driven away in terror. Then they will know the true power of the supernatural.
Alright, there you have it. Very sort of classic horror movie, like, sort of PG-ish rated horror movie. The ghosts are out to scare everyone out of the house. And in these particular early levels, there's actually no threat to the ghosts themselves. There's no one there to banish them or, perform exorcisms or anything like that. So the only question is, how quickly can you sort of accomplish the job? And as long as you don't shoot yourself in the foot, there's a way you can sort of run out of power and then lose the level anyway. But it's not going to come up much. So the way the level starts is you have to pick your team of haunters to bring with you. Now, I've actually unlocked quite a few haunters, but because this is an early mission, you don't have access to them. You only have access to the ones that you would normally have access to. In fact, even then, one of them is grayed out. This Whirlweird, the poltergeist, haunts children. Where you see Fetter, it says what the ghost can attach itself to. And this poltergeist attaches itself to a child and then haunts it, very sort of Exorcist style. You've got Cogjammer here who attaches themselves to electrical devices, and so on and so forth. Some are just generic, like this is just Clatterclaws is any inside room, he's just a spider, that sort of thing. So you actually have a fairly limited selection early on, and whenever you want, you can always hit the recommend button, which is going to be pretty much in line with whatever I may take. What does they recommend? Boo, who is a sort of generic, what do they call him? Spook, generic ghost, who can haunt anywhere inside. Stonewall is a spirit of the earth. Aether is a spirit of air who can bind to any air fetter, but also to anywhere outside. So that's kind of cool. So she can do like even something like a bicycle that's being stored inside because it's got tires and that's air. It can bind to that. Shivers is an emotional ghost. Binds to anything that provides that's somehow emotional, which includes comfort items like couches, but also things that have seen more negative things. And Static is an electrical ghost. One of my favorite ones is Cogjammer. He's actually really inexpensive. His powers where Static is kind of high end, but I'm going to bring him for this. I'm going to go ahead with the recommendation because it's actually quite a good setup for this. So without further ado, let's go hunt.
Drive the Alpha Tau fraternity from their frat house.
So you can see I've got my ghosts on the left, and these on the right are all the people in the household, which includes a lot of like fraternity jackasses, but apparently some sorority girls have also shown up. Let me go down to the ground floor here.
That is
So,
fine around a day.
I'm going to have to scare them out of the power.
Turtle
The
Dan?
house as well. Okay, their speech is probably a little loud, but I was kind of zoomed in. Now, in addition to the generic job of scare everyone away, there are a variety of spirits in the house that need to be that need to be unlocked or freed. For example, I've got Wendell here. You can see he's chained to this room. And if I clicked on him, he'll give me his story.
Hey, dude. Like, what do you call it when my 3 Geekazoid friends hold a seance for me? Nerdromancy! Hey! I killed me, man! And that dumb hazing stunt the Alpha Towers put me up to was suicide! I need payback on the leader, man! Make like Linda Blair and set his head is spinning!
So the ghost will always give you their backstory and a hint about what you need to do to free him. In this case, it's very simple. This is actually the leader here, and you can find out by clicking on his portrait, going to the bio. He's the leader of the Alpha Tau fraternity. And I just need to scare him. And that's okay, because I need to scare everyone out of the house at some point. So that's just sort of going to happen more or less automatically. All you have to do to get started is to wake him up, and I can start with Boo here, who can bind anywhere inside. And I'm going to bind him to this room. You can see I'm mousing over the room, and the edges glow. Anything that you can bind to will glow like that. And Boo's just an inside ghost, so he just binds to a room. And then I'm going to tell him what power to use. By default, he's 0. You can see I've got a plasma bar up here. It costs 10 just to have Boo out and about, and then it'll cost more if I want to unlock some of his powers, which I can do with, say, Thunderclap. Now, if I click there, he'll use any power from Thunderclap down and terrorize the room. But I'm going to do this, and this should make sure that he wakes up. There we go. And he'll start wandering about the house. So I'm going to bench him again, put him back in there.
Who taught Roland to dance?
So now he's out and about, which means he's. I'm going to kill the sounds completely, or at least all the voices. I don't know, at least somewhat. They're still.
Attaway!
Hopefully that's good.
Unsequente.
Yeah, so he's going to wander out. Yeah, so over here you can see the power meter. I'm currently using 0 of 70 of my plasma. You may have noticed it had gone up to 71, 72 for a sec there. You gain plasma by scaring people. And what I'm going to do, this is the main room. I'm going to make sure to bind someone in this room. Here, I could start with Shivers, for example. Or maybe I'll just keep Boo. No, let's bind Shivers to something, just to show you differently. So Shivers binds to emotional stuff, which includes the deer head here, the basketball hoop, but also the couch. So I'm going to bind him here and tell him to start using a handful of his powers. He can't do much, but he can do Suspicious Stench and Fright. And he should start to build up a certain fear level, but actually everyone's in this other room. Bench him. Now soon I'll be able to have... Oh, they're moving back and forth. I'm just going to leave Boo in here. He's a lot cheaper. And he can go all the way up to telekinesis. So now you can see I've got a total 83 power available. And as he keeps doing his scary stuff, telekinesis or kinesis, he's actually moving objects around the room. That's cranking up my power considerably. The fact that I just got tons of people was huge. That was one of the most efficient uses of power ever. Now, when you mouse over these people, they've got 3 stats. They've got Terror, Madness, and Belief. And we'll start with Belief first. Belief is their belief in the supernatural. Some people start off very low. Those people are not going to be susceptible to a lot of things, and you need to